September 1970, a time of tie-dye, bell-bottoms, the beginning of Monday Night Football, the Chevy Vega and Ford Pinto, the death of Jimi Hendrix, hot rods and drag racing, and the start of 20th Century Chevy. On Wednesday, September 2nd, 1970, Larry Macklin and Mark Henry Troutman were in Mark's father's garage on Sugarland Road talking about forming a car club. Kenny Free, Dave Otsby, and Larry Fry joined the conversation. Several ideas were discussed, and the next day, Larry drew up a few of the ideas that were talked about and distributed copies to people he thought would be interested, and told them to be at Les's Pool Hall on Southeast 2nd Street September 7th if they were, and to bring a name for the club if they had one in mind. On Monday, September 7th, 18 people took part in the meeting, discussed club goals, rules, dues, and adopted the name suggested by Larry Macklin, 20th Century Chevy. Over the next few months, they continued to meet. Dues were collected, and the club looked for a garage to rent. But due to prejudices at the time and high rent costs, this proved to be impossible until Mark Troutman located the old mobile service station on the north side of Pearl Street and the west side of Highway 57. In January 1971, after talking to the owner at the time, Lars Perdue, 20th Century Chevy had a home for $25 a month. Over the next few months, members came and went due to financial problems, conflicts, no need for a garage, or just lack of interest. But the club kept moving ahead. Members continued cleaning and fixing up the clubhouse, purchasing tools, working on cars, and striving to become a part of the community. In late 1971, the club started a new project, Hell's a-Poppin', a 1962 Chevy Bel Air drag car. The members involved contributed not only time, but also money and parts to the project, and some even went the extra mile to track down and borrow a drive shaft yoke just in time to get the car to Chandler Raceway the next day. On the checklist used to prep the car, notice the most important step. 40 years later, Hell's a-Poppin' is still owned and at times shown and raced by members Jim Dolke and Larry Macklin. On March 26, 1973, the club bought a two-room house and 1/2 acre of land from the Howard Palmer Estate in West Washington near Oak Grove Cemetery, also known at the time as Boxtown, USA, for $2,000. Soon, the club had outgrown the two rooms and wanted space to work on cars, so the pool room and garage were added. And even though it's now just a parking lot next to Mishler's Tavern, the club was also able to keep the spirit of Les's Pool Hall alive with the acquisition of one of the tables from Les's, which is still in use today. The club eventually remodeled the attached garage into a larger meeting area and constructed an additional two-car garage. However, ownership had its expenses. Ask members about the fundraisers. You could always tell when the club needed money. There were car washes, selling popcorn, selling fire extinguishers, or anything else to make a buck. Before and after meetings, there were also serious and not so serious discussions. Frisbee games, pool tournaments, basketball games, weightlifting, and of course, burnouts. Over the years, the members were more like family than friends, sharing numerous events like weddings, club Halloween parties, New Year's Eve parties, Christmas parties, appreciation dinners, club drag races. Plus, members also looked forward to the rod runs, which gave everyone the chance to get together, enjoy a drive in your car, always great food, beverages, and what a surprise, more burnouts. Twentieth Century Chevy has surpassed the original goal of meeting to discuss cars, although before and after meetings, cars remain the main topic of discussion. In 1978, the club had the idea to have a car show as another fundraiser. The location was discussed and the East Side Park was chosen, but approval was needed from both the city and park board. Despite the negative image hot rodders still had at the time, the city approved the use of the park for the inaugural 20th Century Chevy Car Fest. With the first show drawing nearly 100 cars from not only the immediate area and southern Indiana, but also Illinois and Kentucky, the members knew that with effort, it could become one of the favorite events of the year for car guys. Through the years, thanks to the work of not only club members, but also the city and community, the annual 20th Century Chevy Car Fest and Cruise-In is now one of the largest events not only in Washington, but in Daviess County, drawing more than 500 cars to the two-day event. The car show also gave the club members a chance to do what else? More burnouts. With the success of the car show over the years, the club has been able to help with many improvements to the park. The latest being the upgraded PA system that was debuted at the 2010 Car Fest weekend, putting an end to the annual question of, "Can you hear me now?" The club has also established a perpetual fund with the Daviess County Community Foundation, so there will continue to be funding for the East Side Park for years to come. 20th Century Chevy has also been able to brighten the lives of some of the less fortunate during the Christmas season by collecting gifts and food and distributing them several days before the holidays. Over the years, several members have worn the Santa suit to put smiles on the kids' faces. 20th Century Chevy is proud to have had the chance to give many people in the area a Merry Christmas. Through the years, the club has also had the chance to contribute to situations and events where individuals have also needed assistance, most times without drawing attention to the effort. After 40 years, the members continue to be like family, attending races, car shows, or anything to do with cars together, joining to celebrate the wins, as well as console the bad luck. Members have also had the chance to meet and become friends with other car guys from not only the Midwest, but other parts of the country and world. Although the idea was for a group of guys to have a place to talk about and work on cars, those 18 guys who met in September of 1970 had no idea the name 20th Century Chevy would grow to become an organization with a membership of over 50 that still has the common interest in cars, but also the compassion to be much more.